And then who gets to say that some imaginary manifestation of currency is considered real currency? I am prepared to get hate for this video. I know I'm gonna get it. I know it. I don't care. Controversy is what feeds me. So before I start my rant, I do want to say, I want to preface this video by saying that my knowledge of cryptocurrency is very limited. I'll admit that, okay? And I totally understand the concept of like, you can't really argue against something unless you have a solid understanding of it. However, in this case, I don't really believe that I need to know everything there is to know about crypto to come to my conclusion. I know enough about the premise and the overarching purpose of what crypto was supposed to be. And from what I gathered, I can honestly say that it's stupid. And the reason why I think it's stupid isn't what you'd expect. So before I get into the tea, be sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it to join the tea party. So when I type in the original purpose of cryptocurrency in the Google search bar, this is what I get. Bitcoin is widely regarded as the first modern cryptocurrency, the first publicly used means of exchange to combine decentralized control, user anonymity, record keeping via a blockchain, and built-in scarcity. So from that definition, you can properly conclude that one of the overarching reasons why people love cryptocurrency is because it's free of third-party control, like banks, because of blockchain technology, and what allows users to, I guess, have more control over their currency. So basically, some people who use crypto have a mistrust of the current financial system. And they look at crypto as like freedom from these sorts of institutions that centralize money and regulate essentially how much of it you can have and what you can do with it. It's about getting away from the watchful eye of the government or Big Brother and kicking the middleman to the curb. And the reasons why people have a mistrust in the current financial system, they're sound, okay? They make sense. Yes, the government does a terrible job regulating financial institutions, especially for the little man. And one can argue that there is a conflict of interest, which I won't get into in this video, but it exists, okay? Which is why it is the way that it is. But if you think that cryptocurrency is a way to escape the system, theoretically, that's impossible. In my opinion, you cannot have a completely autonomous financial system working in tandem with the current regulated financial system away from the watchful eye of the government. I mean, if the government wanted to intervene in the crypto market, they could. They probably already are, really. I mean, I've heard rumors recently that Biden wants to start regulating crypto. I mean, what could stop them? I mean, seriously, if there's a reason why they can't, then please let me know in the comments, okay? I'm not saying that I know everything, but if there's a reason why the government cannot intervene and cannot regulate crypto, let me know in the comments why they can't. Also, if you link crypto with any sort of other quantum computing system that has your personal information, that would be the opposite of free market exchange, where you could freely spend your crypto money anonymously. All of a sudden, you and your identity is now directly linked to your money, which means if someone wants to get rid of all of your cryptocurrency for whatever reason, or freeze your money, then they can easily do this literally by just pressing a button. Now, of course, this hasn't happened yet, but anything that exists in the digital world can be linked to your identity because we all share our lives online. Some of us don't. Those people are probably smarter than the rest of us, but the majority of us share our personal information online in one way or another, right? Who's to say that the very purpose of crypto being this free exchange of money can turn into a heavily regulated captive money market where only the, I'll say, right people have access? I don't believe I explained myself here as well as I could have. What I mean by tying in crypto with quantum computing that ties into your personal information is that it has the potential to create a sort of social credit system whereby only the quote good people can have the freedom of exchange in a market that necessitates good behavior, whatever that is. And those of you who think that doesn't sound like a bad idea, watch an episode of Black Mirror. And I tell you to do some research about the country with the Great Wall, if you know what I mean. But YouTube likes to censor folks in these streets, and that is a hot topic right now. So I can't talk about it, unfortunately. But if you get what I'm trying to express, then you get what I'm trying to express. Anyway, back to video me. And I'll take it a step further. What is money anyway? People look at crypto and they're like amazed that it's this made up currency that doesn't really exist, but in a digital format. And that's what makes it so safe and secure. However, the dollar is quite similar. The dollar, this piece of paper, only has value because people give it value. And the only difference between a dollar and a Bitcoin, let's say, is that there's just no bank involved, because we can exchange cash between one another without much regulation, right? I mean, the government isn't really able to spy on cash exchanges, at least up to a certain amount, dollar amount, because it's physical money and you're physically in the moment exchanging the money. And the government isn't omnipresent. They can't be everywhere all at once, right? However, I know I do have to get my cash out from the bank, but is that so bad? I mean, the thing that I can't stand about some banks is the way that they invest, you know, the money that we put into the banks. And some of their practices are very sleazy and shady. But not all banks are like that. Some banking institutions aren't corrupt. And also, if I really wanted to be a rebel, I could just cash all my paychecks and just use cash and not even use a bank. The issue, though, that people have with this is that they believe that one day cash will become obsolete. And so I'll go back to my initial premise and say, well, who determines what has value and what doesn't? If we live in a free market society, then who gets to decide that this dollar right here is no longer considered money? This dollar right here. I don't have one physically, because spoiler alert, I don't have dollars on me. I don't use cash. But you get the point I'm trying to make. This dollar right here, okay, digitally, this digital but physical dollar, because it's physical in real life, but it's digital on this video, okay? Who gets to say that this thing right here has no money, has no value, is not money anymore? Who gets to say that? If we live in a free market society, who gets to say that? And then who gets to say that some imaginary manifestation of currency is considered real currency? It shouldn't be this way. If our dollars were really backed by gold or tangible precious metals or materials, then it would be much harder to replace. Again, who can say that suddenly a digital code can dictate the worth of anything? At the end of the day, crypto can't become the new financial system unless the real decision makers at the top say it is. And that kind of defeats the purpose, right? Let me know in the comments if you agree, if you understand what I'm trying to say. And maybe I didn't convey it correctly because I'm just on a complete tangent right now. But if you understand what I'm trying to say, let me know in the comments. Or if you disagree, like a lot of people probably disagree with what I have to say. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be roasted in the comments. Go ahead and roast me. Like, honestly, let me know why I'm ignorant of this. Like, why my thoughts and opinions on this are stupid, because they might be to you if you really love crypto. But I'm trying to like convey an idea, you know, like crypto is an idea, but so is the dollar, because it's not backed by anything tangible. At least that's the truth. I mean, maybe you didn't know that, but that's the facts. It's not backed by the gold standard anymore. And so I'm trying to figure out if why people believe crypto is going to be this saving grace. It's this freedom from all tyrannies, all you know, money tyrannies, and I can just anonymously use this without the government ever overseeing what I'm doing. And I don't think that will ever happen. And that's why I think it's stupid. But and really, I think it could be the opposite of what we assume it's going to be. Because again, like I said, anything that lives in a digital world can be linked to our identity, because everything we live now in a digital world, and we put a lot of our information on the internet. So before I get into something that might be considered conspiracy theory, let me go ahead and stop this video right now. Let me know in the comments what you think, again, about what I'm saying. I don't want to get too far off into the world of the upside down. You get what I'm putting down here. So if you got value from this video, go ahead and throw me a like. If you thought it was entertaining, throw me a like. If you thought it was stupid, throw me a like, or a thumbs down. That'll be fine. I mean, I'll accept it. You know, it's some sort of engagement. So if you hated it, give me a thumbs down, please, or a thumbs up if you liked it, or just comments. I don't know. And subscribe if you want more content like this about personal finance and investing in your future. You know, generational wealth for you and your family. And more rants like this. If you like these, I have a lot more where this one came from. So be sure to subscribe to see more of this type of content. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Until next time, bye.